evening. This is like my third time trying to record this reading. Welcome back to my channel, mis amores. This is NyandLa back again to give you some bullshit. I've tried to record this reading 3 times today, you guys. And I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I just keep getting fucking distracted. It's not even because anything's going on. I'm just like, squirrel, which is just my life in a nutshell. This is going to be a reading for Sagittarius placements, Saggy, Sun, Moon, Rising, whatever the fuck placement you want it to be. I don't really care at this point anymore. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, the information on how to do so is in the bio below. If you'd like to leave me a tip for this message, and you should, because why not? That info is in the bio as well. ¿Qué más quería decirles? No sé. Okay, so we're just going to get right into your message. So what message do we have for Sagittarius placements? I recorded a reading for you guys earlier, and I'm just going to give you guys an overview of what the reading earlier was talking about. The reading earlier was essentially saying that, well, I don't know, because now I'm blanking out, so maybe you need a new message. But it was kind of like some of you guys might have a father wound. That's what it was, a father wound. And it's like how you relate to discipline, structure, follow through might be a little bit skewed based on maybe how your father showed up in your life. Or there's a need to reparent yourself, but it might be in terms of introducing a little bit more structure and discipline, as opposed to just being overly compassionate to yourself to a point where you are enabling bad behavior. There was also another message for some of you guys about how you related to masculinity and maybe needing to redefine what masculinity means in your mind. So for those of you who are male identifying or masculine identifying, some of you guys might have had a toxic image of masculinity imbued inside of you. So it's like the things that you associate with masculinity are things that are more so about virility, domination, and things of that nature, as opposed to leadership and control. And when I say masculinity, I kind of shy away from saying masculinity because most people, when I say masculinity, they automatically think manliness. And I'm going to tell you right now, just because you're a man does not mean you're supposed to be a leader. I just want to make that abundantly clear. I would be more inclined to say your yang energy than I would say you're masculine. If you could just look up what the fuck that means, you would understand what it is that I'm getting at. Because some of you guys might be in more of a yin energy, but then introducing or presenting yourself as a yang energy. So it's like you like to present yourself as being somebody that's forthcoming and disciplined and structured, but you're not actually doing that. You're it's like wanting to be a good father, or wanting to be seen as a good father without having to do the work to put in the work to be a good father. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Or wanting to be something, but you would rather just post pictures pretending like you're doing it, as opposed to actually embodying what it is that you want to become. For those of you who are more feminine leaning, or for my women, it could be how you relate to, I just heard, you ugly. You your daddy's son. Hey. How you relate to masculine energies, and also how you relate to your own masculine or yang energy. A lot of you guys are not being the most disciplined, or are not being the most structured, or are not being the most forthcoming, irrespective of whatever. But for those of you who are ladies, it's almost kind of like, or more effeminate leaning, it's almost kind of like this damsel in distress kind of a mentality, instead of you becoming the hero that you want to become, that ends up putting you in situations or in connections where you are disempowered because you're looking for somebody to embody that which you need to provide to yourself. And also how you relate, like I said, how you define masculinity, la 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 la. Okay, so that's not verbatim what the conversation was about, but I feel like you get the gist of it. Okay, so what message do we have for Sagittarius placements? Blue Tara. Yeah, this is the card you guys got last time. So this is the card. Look how pretty it is. Look how pretty she is. Okay, so Blue Tara. Chaos will give way to the higher order of love. Let there be peace in your heart. As Blue Tara looks to her right, gazing toward the future, she sees a vision of your peaceful, protected, and authentically expressive future. You have every right to feel hopeful, happy, and serene in the destiny now unfolding for you. So yeah, it's like there's some sort of chaos that's happening in your life. That was another message that I was getting for some of you guys. You might have been forced to leave. I'm sorry, excuse me. To leave an environment that you thought you belonged in or that you were familiar with, and that might have felt unfair to you. But this chaotic situation is for you to get realigned to something that truly does identify or truly is aligned with you. But you might not understand. I was talking to my friend Lazarus the other day. I can't believe I'm one of those gallon of water drinkers. It's so funny. I was talking to my friend Lazarus the other day, and he was saying you got to leave room for God to bless you in ways that you don't know, because sometimes you're thinking that the blessing is going to be something specific, like in your head this is what you need for this to happen. But there could be like a completely bigger plan that gets to what it is that you want, that's better for you, that's easier for you, that's more in alignment with whatever lessons it is that you need to learn. I'm hearing something about Jersey. Is somebody in Jersey? But yeah. So that is that. Let's go ahead and get into our Kipper cards. What message do we have for Sagittarius placements? A lot of you guys could be going through an identity crisis. We all are. Mercury's in reggaeton, baby. Like, some of you guys might have been forced to move, or you guys are considering making some sort of a change. This might actually involve a physical move. I'm hearing, I'm looking for a dime. That's top of the line. Cute face, little waist with a big behind. I need a dime. Some of you guys might be looking for a baddie or becoming a baddie. Some of y'all might be shaking ass. Good for you. Clarity on this wealthy man. Yeah, some of you guys feel like maybe you'd be more successful somewhere else. Or there's some sort of change that you need to make to be successful at. Maybe it could be, yeah, we have New York, Jersey area coming through right here. You could be considering getting married, or I don't really know. Some of you guys might be with somebody that you're not happy with. And you might realize that you need to make a move of some sort or go on a journey of some sort, but you might not want to tell this person that per se. Maybe you're waiting for an opportunity to open up for you to be able to leave someone. If this is like a woman, like you might be with somebody that's a little bit wealthier and you're like hoping that something will happen to where you can free yourself from this person. For others of you, maybe you guys are thinking that you want to get with a wealthy man, but maybe that desire is leading you to situations or to people that like you're foregoing compatibility for superficial things. You know what I'm saying? So it's like your needs are never fulfilled because it's like you can't force or fake a connection with someone. You know what I mean? But that's just the Kipper cards. That doesn't have to be the embodiment of the reading. But that was kind of what I was getting. It was like there was something that you needed to do for yourself that you were hoping that you could have somebody else do for you. You could, whatever it is, you could just fill in the blank. But you're beginning to realize, or maybe now you're going to understand that you need to create that reality and those opportunities for yourself. Okay, so what message do we have for Sagittarius placements? I'm something about an argument. We have Virgo energy coming through. We're dealing with a Scorpio, a Virgo. Some of you guys might overly identify. Some of you, okay, there's something about softness coming through. I'm feeling like some of you guys might be falling into like red pill content or pink pill content, where it's like you're conflating being complacent with being like a soft life. You know what I mean? It's like you're conflating something like a gender role to try to justify your lack of taking direction in something. You gotta cut that shit out, okay? Like that's not how that works. And I understand on one end, I completely understand wanting to be able to ease up a little bit. Life is hard, it is a lot, but it's like some of you guys kind of want to let go of the wheel of life or let go of your responsibilities and just kind of have somebody else take control of everything for you. But that's what I'm saying. It's like wanting to marry a rich man instead of becoming the rich man, but like you can't guarantee that you're going to marry a rich man. So it's like you're putting all of your eggs in one basket. You're putting your future on something that you can't even fucking control, whereas you can control becoming a rich man or a rich person yourself. You know what I mean? Clarity on the death card. Yeah, some of you guys might be forced to be really frugal right now. Clarity on the death card. We have the Emperor. You could be dealing with an Aries or have Aries placements. I'm hearing to the contrary, So, yeah, some of you guys are being called to become the leader amongst your friends of some sort, or the leader of a group as opposed to trying to be led. That's what it is. You want somebody to lead you, but you're supposed to be a leader, Sagittarius. And like I said, for some reason, I'm not sure if it's you guys are just exhausted, if you're depressed or something. Like the opening card was talking about chaos, so I'm not sure if you've been through a lot of chaotic situations recently and you're just like, bitch, I'm tired. Like I feel like I'm doing the most and I'm not getting nowhere with it. And hey, I get it. But you can definitely make this stuff happen for yourself, but don't let yourself be pushed into paralysis because you're overwhelmed with life. Just take everything one day at a time, one task at a time, but make sure that you're creating that discipline in yourself. And that was the message that I was giving you in your earlier reading, where it was like, when it comes to therapy and the reparenting of the self, right? For some of you guys, you guys need to reparent yourself in terms of more discipline. So it's like you don't need more compassion for yourself. You need more structure and more discipline. Whereas some people might be too hard on themselves and they could afford to be more compassionate and soft with themselves. You guys might be a little bit too soft on yourself, where it's like your inner child fell down and scraped their knee. And you're like, oh, baby, you fell down and scraped your knee. You never have to get up and walk again. See, you tried your best walking, didn't you? But maybe walking just isn't for you. Maybe you need somebody to come here and pick you up and just carry you for the rest of your life. Like, that's how you're addressing something, Sagittarius, as opposed to your inner child falling and scraping their knee. And you, oh, did you hurt your knee? Like, I'm so sorry that you hurt your knee. Here, let's go ahead and clean it up. Take your time to feel better, but then let's go ahead and get back on the field, you know? Let's get back on the field. Like, there's a certain aspect of reparenting yourself that you are neglecting to kind of enable complacency? To kind of enable not growing or not moving forward. And it's like, baby, you don't need no more compassion for yourself. You need to get the fuck up. But it's like maybe some of you guys have, ay, bendito. I'm hearing Fighter by, Christina Aguilera. I'm not sure if some of you guys had a parent that was abusive, or how you relate to discipline is because you had really harsh relatives. So it's like you struggle with disciplining yourself because you dealt with people that were being really, really fucking harsh to you. So it's like you're swinging on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, and that was what I said in your other reading as well. It's like some people believe that spanking is a valid form of discipline, but it's not. Just scientifically, it's been proven that it's just not. I don't give a fuck what you think culturally. It's just not. Kids don't learn from spanking. You think that they're learning from spanking because you terrified the fuck out of them, but kids that get spanked are more violent because they had violence modeled to them. They don't understand the lessons that are being implemented because it's not being implemented. The only time that spanking or corporal punishment of any sort makes sense is if you are literally saving that child from danger. So like if a child is about to put their hand on an open fire and you smack that kid's hand, right? Knee-jerk reaction, smack the hand. They might not make the connection that you're smacking them because of the fire, but that shock is enough to keep them from doing it again. But that doesn't mean that they understood the reason why you were hitting them, what was going on. And there's a lot of people that, especially like in homes of people of color, this is a really big issue because a lot of us end up really dysregulated and end up passing down intergenerational trauma to our children because we continue to believe, especially because a lot of us come from slavery. We believe that the only way to become a good functioning adult in society is through corporal punishment. And then, of course, you're going to see one unruly kid or the most extreme example of an unruly kid and say, see, if we didn't spank you, you become like that. And it's like you don't realize how many functional adults there are in society whose parents have never laid a finger on them, that were able to discipline without hitting their kid. So it's like their child doesn't have a fucked up, unregulated nervous system. And it's something like that. So it's like you're not disciplined with yourself because some of you guys weren't actually disciplined in a way, that's what it was, weren't actually disciplined in a way where you learned structure. all you learned was yell, 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 rah, 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 and you didn't actually learn how to create structure, how to build anything for yourself, how to get back up when you fall. It was just everything was just anger management or some sort of management of the self or management of the emotions. But you might think that, oh, I had really good, the people that raised me were really good at teaching me discipline, but they weren't, because look at how things are turning out for you now. If you had a solid figure in your life that was stern with you and that was firm with you, but did that without abusing you, I mean, for lack of better terms, it's like you would be a lot further in life and you'd be able to build that structure and continue the routine. So it's like, whether you realize it or not, baby, a lot of you guys are really the most disciplined because you have complexity with discipline. Like I said, smacking a kid doesn't teach them shit. So a lot of you guys are like, okay, when it comes to being compassionate, okay, I can be compassionate to myself, but how the fuck do I get between being compassionate to myself to being regulated, to being disciplined, to being responsible? It's the reason why you struggle with that is because you lacked that discipline or you lacked that structure in a healthy way. So that's the message that I'm getting for you guys. You can do it. You can do it. Let's get some final messages. Some of you guys could have Pisces placements, or maybe Pisces reading will resonate with you. What's the final messages we have for Sagittarius? Yeah, some of you guys need to parent yourself better. Something about Philly is coming through. I'm hearing Motown Philly, boys to men. Your energy's coming through here, Sagittarius. We also have Gemini energy as well. Excuse me. Clarity on the Seven of Swords, please. Yeah, some of you guys are waiting for somebody to come save you, like a commitment or relationship or something like that. I would highly advise for you to become the person that you're trying to have save you. That's what I'm kind of getting for you, Sagittarius. Because it's like you're waiting, it's almost like you're waiting for somebody else to be the yin to your yang or the yang to your yin. But the whole point is for you to learn how to be both, okay? And it's like when you learn how to be both, then you're going to find somebody that you're equally yoked with because you already embody all of that within yourself. You can't go into any connection having a massive deficit and just expecting for somebody else to come and then fill that for you. That's not fair to that person either, right? You can learn from somebody that maybe has strengths that are things that you lack, but you can't expect for somebody to come and be the end all be all, okay? Because then if that person leaves, then you will be left with nothing again. Correct? Okay? So that's the message that I have for you, Sagittarius. I feel like the way that I delivered this was a lot nicer than earlier. And maybe it's because I had a nap. But yes, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, again, check out the information in my bio below. If you'd like to send me a tip, check that out as well. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. What else do I have to say to you? I think I've said everything I had to say. Lots of love. Check you later. Bye.